Hey, Eric back once again with some movements for the teams. This is exciting. All right, so for the teams, also what we're doing, we just changed the total number of reps because we've tested this enough now and realized that it's ridiculous to give you 25 reps per rope pull, so it's down to 10 reps per rope pull. The thing that you need to know about the rope pull is this, that I have to have my feet planted. So you can't move your feet when you're pulling your partner. I can't walk the person away. That's no good. We're going to make the person get up off of the ground and walk back. Huge loss of time there. So make sure you keep your feet still. So my feet are planted, and then I'm just pulling the rope however I can this way. Of course, if I have someone against the other side of this, I can leverage and lean, but I have to keep my feet planted when I'm pulling the rope. I can't step. As soon as we step, we're going to make that person get up, take one step back, which is a complete waste of your time. So just make sure you keep those feet planted during the rope pull. So then we have another workout where you've got a relay going on. You're going to be running, and you can run however you want. You can run really cool looking, or maybe kind of sissy-ish if you like. It's up to you how you run. But the other movements, it's not up to you. So there's going to be back squat. So the barbell comes from the floor, and however you want to get it up onto your back, it's up to you. But then from there, it's just like any squat standard. We've got to have that full depth squat. And all the way back up top. Make sure we're open at the top. You can pop your hips funny. I'm not going to for this video. All right, after that, how are we getting the barbell back down? It has to come overhead and be dropped from the hang position. It's got to come to here. If you drop it off your back, you're going to have to re-clean it, put it back over, and do that rep over. We are not dropping the barbell from the back. It's coming from the hang position. We have burpees, just like we have for the standard that we showed in the individual. We've got to make sure that we have the chest being the sternum here across the nipple line down to the floor. So no rep at this point, no rep. Now we're there. So what I always say is just get your chin down to the floor and you know you did it. So that's good. After that, we have a clap overhead with open hips. Vertical. Okay? It's not going to be this. We have to make sure we get open and vertical. So it's full open hip. This is a full standard. On the burpees, don't mess around. It's an absolute fast relay. I've tested this a couple times. It is an absolute sprint. The way that's going to separate teams here the most is no reps on the burpees. That's what I think. No reps on the burpees are going to do that. All right, box jumps. You've got box jumps in a couple different places. You've got them in a workout possibly for scale. You also have those as the in the separate workout where you've got the 4 minutes of. And for either one, it's simply an open hip somewhere above the box. So it's got to be an open hip above the box. We're going back to that older standard, not the more current game standard, but simply open hip somewhere above the box. So you could be here and do that, that's fine, and then back down, or you can just, okay, that's fine too. So either one is going to be good, and you can just rep them out. So open hip somewhere above the box is necessary. You got pull-ups as well, and the pull-ups are not chest to bar, they're just chin over bar. So that's our simple standard there. Whatever, right? You know how to do pull-ups, you've done them before. Same thing for anyone doing jumping pull-ups and scaled. Your pull-ups have to be jumping with full extension at the bottom. So just like I showed in the individual standard, full extension at the bottom. And then chin over bottom. Making sure you get that full extension every time at the bottom, or we have a no rep. On the deadlift, we are going to go ahead and have a double overhand grip for most divisions. So the double overhand grip, and then for her to hold that up, so go ahead and just stand up with that bar and hold it. Now that she's in this position here, the work can be done. As she fatigues and she tries to maintain that bar by leaning back really far, so she starts to lean and lean and lean. This position here now, the over-exaggeration lean is an unacceptable position. At this point, we can do no work. Now we're back to doing work because
We are no longer using the friction of the legs as the method to keep the bar up. Give me the most exaggerated lean you can possibly give me. So we can see at this position here that we are getting more leg, trying to push the knees in front of the bar. So the legs are holding the bar up because of friction, not so much the grip. Now, if she was on a team with all 4 women, these hands could change and she could give us that over-under grip. So this is acceptable for teams with 4 women. You can do that. But teams with any other orientation, we need this double overhand grip. All right. Handstand push-ups, you're going to have an ab mat, so it's going to be easy. Why? Because, well, you get to do lots and lots of reps. So maybe it's not easy. So your head has to compress the ab mat on the way down, and then you can kip or you can go straight up however you want. Doesn't really matter. As long as you get up, that's a good handstand push-up, and that will count in your round of reps. So we have hand release push-ups. So from the ground, we're going to go ahead and see ourselves in a good push-up. So go ahead and get down in that position. And so there she is. She's up. She's going to go ahead. She's going to drop herself completely down and release the hands so we can see they're up. Very good. And then she comes up, and we can come up either in a full plank, or we can also come up with a little bit of a worm. So she'll come back down, release her hands, and her chest will come up before, and then she brings herself up to full straight position. Now, what wouldn't be acceptable would be if she did the same as the last one. She goes down, releases her hands, comes up, but never brings her bottom into full plank as she comes up. So she stays in that arc there, and that arc is an unacceptable arc. We need to bring that butt up. So as long as we get up so we have a full plank, then we're good. And that will be your hand release push-ups. And that concludes the team movements. Oh, actually, I'll tell you, the double unders. Twice under, or single unders, 1 time under. Could be 1 foot at a time. You don't have to leave from both feet for those. A question I got, can the rope pass backwards? And yes, you can go backwards or forwards. Whatever is easier for you, doesn't matter to us. Now we're done.